Okay, is it live? Yeah. Okay, hey everyone. So today I'm gonna be doing a feel. So this is what her nails look like right now, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove the gel polish and the bling, and we're gonna move from there. I don't know if it's gonna show up on here. Okay. So if they just ask questions, it's gonna show up right there. And then I guess if I don't see it, just let me know. So I'm just using a pair of nippers to remove the bling. Do you work tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Friday, yeah. And I hate to be having me like on Fridays, like because I already don't work weekends. Like Saturdays and Sundays I'm always off.
Well, that's good. Usually they're like strict about letting people off on the weekends. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go in with a medium drill bit, and I'm just gonna remove her gel polish. And she do have the unicorn nail on this one, so it's gonna take a minute to take it off. So remember, make sure you use a medium drill bit to remove the gel polish, because if not, it's gonna take forever. I thought the question,
Yeah, I was saying
it's not showing. Oh, I thought everybody can see like the comments. I guess I can only see the comments. Or it should.
You probably.
Yeah, you should, because it's live. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's you.
Someone said, will there be a difference if I use natural or clear tips?
Same thing.
Someone said, why do you use your pinky ring?
To get more stability, if I was to just do this, I'm scared that I'll cut somebody. So when I put my pinky on there, I just feel like you get more stability. I do that when I do my nails too, to make sure I don't cut somebody.
Someone said, what should I start off with if I want to start doing my own acrylic nails?
First thing you need to do is just make sure you have all your products. I do have a video on everything that you need to do acrylic nails, so if you go down to all my videos, you will find it.
Someone said, do you go to cosmetology school or just nail school?
I went to cosmetology school. I started when I was in high school, and they only offered the cosmetology program. So whenever I went to college to finish off the program, they said that I had to go ahead and finish cosmetology because my hours would not transfer over.
What are the best products?
Best products, I use Mia's Secret for my acrylic. And I've also used Tammy Taylor, but I didn't really like it as much because I feel like it dries too fast. I've only tried one kind, but I know they have different different liquids. Some dry faster, some dry slower. I think the one I used was like the summer one, and it dried pretty fast, so I didn't like that. Especially if you're a beginner, it was drying way too fast. And I've also used the OPI one, but I was getting a lot of lifting with that one, so I stopped using it.
Can you do a video on trying out Wish nail items?
I don't order off of Wish, but I do have a video coming up from my Yova Mia nail polishes. I'm just waiting to get a promo code. I don't want to upload the video until I get the promo code.
I want to do nails for a career. And does the program teach you acrylic nails and things or just signs a nail program?
A cosmetology program focuses mainly on hair. It's supposed to be like a little bit of everything. My school, they never really just did like an actual nail course because there's really not a lot of people interested in nails. So it's kind of like on you. If you just do cosmetology, it's kind of on you to focus on nails because that's what I had to do when I was in high school and college. I wanted to do nails, so that's what I focused on the most. But if you just want to do strictly nails, you can just find a school that does only nails. And it would just be easier and it won't be as long. I know here in my state it's 1,500 hours for cosmetology, and I believe it's only like 600 for a nail license. But there's not, I believe there's only like one school that I know of that does a nail program. Everybody else is just cosmetology.
And someone said, how can they paint neater?
How can they what?
Paint neater, like paint like you do.
Neater.
Yeah.
One of the main things you want to make sure that your polish is not old or thick. If your polish is old or thick, it will be harder to polish. Especially, I know somebody not too long ago said they were having a problem polishing nails with white. I think white and red is the hardest to use, especially if there's somebody's nails and try to make it neat. But you could always use a little brush and acetone and clean around the cuticle area because that's what I always do, and it just cleans up everything really good and makes it look really neat. So if you're not good at polishing it, always keep a little thing of acetone and a brush to clean around your cuticles.
What brushes do you use?
For acrylics, I use my alpha brushes. I have a number 9, a 8, a 9, a 10, 11, and 12. But right now I'm only using my 9. I think it's a pretty good size. The 8 was a little bit too small. The 9 is perfect. And then the 10 is a little bit bigger. And then the other ones are just way too big for me.
Someone said, can you do a video on how you started your online nail supply store?
I will be doing that pretty soon. I'm not sure when, but I will be doing that video.
What's the difference between gel and regular polish?
Gel polish just lasts longer and it has to be cured under UV or LED light. And regular polishes, it doesn't last that long and it takes a while for it to dry. So that's pretty much the difference. And then gel polish costs more than just regular polish. But if you are, like for me, I always wear gel polish because it doesn't come off with acetone or nail polish remover. You have to either just soak it off or you have to file it off like this.
Someone said, which do you like better, nail to use better, gel or regular polish?
I used a lot of gel polish. I barely ever use my regular nail polish anymore, only because it just lasts longer and it just dries under the light.
What drills do you use?
I use I don't know what brand it is, but it's from eBay. And then for my drill bits, I use a fine medium drill bit and a medium and a fine. The fine is for when I file the acrylic after I'm done to smooth it out, and then I use a medium, which is to remove the gel polish.
Someone said, are you self-taught or did you go to school?
I am self-taught, but I also went to school, so I am a licensed cosmetologist. But like I said, at my school, they didn't really teach nails, so I basically had to teach myself. And I learned how to do nails before I actually went to school.
And someone said, can you make a video on how to properly use an e-file?
I can. I'm not sure when, but I can.
How many clients do you get in one day?
It depends on if I have school or not. I'm going to school 24 hours out of the week, which is Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So today I had class. I got out at 4:30. She is my first client, so I do one at 5 and one at 6:30. And then on the days that I don't go to school, which is Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays, I do about 4 or 5.
How long does it take you to do a full set?
A full set, it takes me an hour and 30 minutes, including nail art and whatever. And then a fill, it takes me like an hour. and that's including polish and nail art and bling and everything.
Where do you get cheap but good nail polish?
Um, I mean, it just depends on what brand you want. If you're a starter, I mean, Walmart has Sinful polishes. Um, what else? Sinful. I think those are pretty good. I have a lot of Essie, but those are like $8. Okay, well, right now I'm going to put on this little drill bit, and it is a 180 sanding band, and this is to remove the shine from the natural nail. And before that, I'm going to push back her cuticles, and I'm going to be using this peel and stick, and they come in a little bag, and all you do is just get the little sticker, take the back off, if I can.
Someone said, what advice would you give about working on the cuticle area?
You just want to make sure you're careful not to cut somebody and push back the cuticles really good. So you just stick it on there, and then I'm going to just push back your cuticles.
What are your favorite nail polishes to use? Well, favorite like nail polish brand?
I really don't have a favorite nail polish brand. Right now I'm using a lot of La Palm, which is, they come in a dual pack, so you get the regular polish and the gel polish for, I believe, only like, I think they're like $5 or $5.50 at my local nail supply store. And then I'm also using D&D, and Madam Glam is really, really good as well. And then I got my Yova Mia. So I'm kind of just using a mixture of everything. And so far, I like everything. And then for regular nail polish, like I said, I don't really use much, but I just kind of have a mixture of everything as well. So I'm going to go in with my drill bit, so I'm going to slow it down some. You want to make sure you don't file too hard, because you don't want to damage their natural nail. So we're just going to remove that shine. Remember, if you don't remove the shine from the natural nail really good, it will cause lifting. So you go from one side to the other and make sure you get all that shine off.
How old are you when you start doing nails?
I was like 15. I was in the 10th grade, so I was like 15 or 16.
What's a good cheap acrylic brand would you recommend?
I mean, Mia's Secret is really, really good, and it's pretty inexpensive. I believe like the 4-ounce bottle is like $12 of the clear one, and you can find that on eBay. You just type in Mia's Secret. Because you want to make sure that you buy something. I mean, if you don't want to spend that much money, you still want to make sure that you're using a good product, because that has a lot to do with how your acrylic goes on, if the nails are going to stay on. So you don't want to just go super, super cheap on your products.
Have you tried the dip method?
No, I've never used it, only because I seen a picture on Facebook or somewhere where people were getting infections a lot because you have so many people dipping their finger into the same container. So it was just really unsanitary. So I never wanted to use it. And then also I never had any of my clients asking for it. So I didn't want to invest in it and then use it. So now I'm going to go in with my primer, and I'm using my OPI Bondex, and I'm just going to apply that to the natural nail. And you want to be careful to not get it on the skin, because if they have any cuts, it will burn them. So make sure you only put it on their natural nail.
One wants to know how to keep your crystals.
I use my Mia Secret gel resin, and I also use the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator, and that's it. The glue, I mean, they have different glues, but I use this one, which is the Mia Secret Gel Resin. They have one that comes in a purple bottle, which is like more liquidy. This one is more of a gel. The other one was more liquidy, and I'm not sure if I ever used that one on my acrylics or not, or on my bling or not.
How can I remove gel polish off natural nails? E-file starts to burn when trying to file it off.
When you're removing gel from your natural nail, you have to use, you want to soak them off. If you file it off, it will burn, especially if you file too hard. So make sure if you're removing gel polish from your natural nails, soak them off in a little bowl.
If you forget to use the primer, will your nails lift?
Yes. If you don't use a primer, most likely you will have lifting. So you want to make sure that you use that primer. But also, I want to mention that I know a lot of people ask me what primer is good, but it doesn't matter if you get $1,000 primer. If you do not prep the nail correctly and if you don't file the nail correctly after you apply your acrylic, they will lift. So the primer really doesn't matter in the long run, unless, I mean, if you don't have a good foundation and good filing at the end, they'll still lift. I know I've heard that this Mia Secret acrylic doesn't really require a primer, but I still use one. And the reason why I use Mia Secret, or not Mia Secret, but OPI primer is because I have a lot of it. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Mia Secret pink powder, and I'm using my Mia Secret liquid, and then I'm using my alpha brush in a number 12. And this is just the first one I picked up, so that's why I'm going to use it, but let me see. But here is my number 9. So I use this one a lot as well. I'm just going to use my 9. But here's the 9. Here's the 12. So that's the size difference. And then I don't know where my 8 is. So I'm just going to go in with my 9. And it is my alpha brush in the oval. And I do have a promo code for this. And I believe it's Natalie, Natalie. So I'm going to place that bead closer to that cuticle area. And remember, you want to make sure that when you place your acrylic, make sure that you just pat it down and then just gently brush it down. You don't want to brush too hard because you want that thickness to be up there by the cuticle area. You don't want it to all go to the tip. And also remember to go back and clean around your cuticle area. And as you can see, I am wiping my brush. Well, you can't really see me wiping my brush, but I'm wiping my brush before I go back around that cuticle area.
Someone said, what are you going to school for?
I'm going to school to get my instructors, my cosmetology instructors, so I can teach cosmetology.
How do you a redesign on a glitter set or a glitter set of acrylic like an ombre?
How do I what?
Redesign on a glitter set.
Redesign?
Yeah.
I don't know what they mean. Okay, so remember, you want to just look at your nail from different angles. So I did one bead closer to the cuticle area, and then I did just the little one. So remember, look at it from different angles. If you need to add more in one spot, just go back and add it. Don't just get acrylic happy in a start, and don't start just applying acrylic everywhere, because you will have a lot of a lot of filing to do at the end. So once again, I place that bead closer to the cuticle area. I pat it down, and then I gently brush it down towards the tip to where I'm still leaving my thickness back here, but I'm just blending it down towards the tip.
No, is your brightness down on this one?
Probably. I think you go from the top to the bottom. Oh no, I don't use that phone.
Okay. Got it. Oh, you
Product, so I still have I probably have like 20 bottles of primer in my closet.
base.
How do you get a good base? You just want to make sure you you just have to have like a good method. Like I said, whenever I'm doing a full set, I do like a 3 or 4 ball method. So you just got to stick to a certain method. Whatever works for you, just stick to it. And always make sure that your brush is really clean, because if you have acrylic in your brush, it will make it impossible for you to lay your acrylic down good, because it'll get like stuck on your brush the whole time, and you'll start getting all these type of bumps and lumps everywhere. So make sure you clean your brush off a lot when you're working.
Someone said, where are you located?
I'm in Arkansas.
Everybody's asking how much do you charge for a full set?
It just depends on what they get, but my full sets are It's 40 for something on every nail, and then it's 5 for longer nails, and then fills are 30 for something on every nail, or 25 for something on 2 nails, and I think that's it.
Can you do a video on short big nails?
None of my clients actually have short bit nails, so I can't really do that. All the videos that I do are on my clients. So a lot of the time when people ask me to do certain videos, it's like I know nobody's gonna ask for that, so I can't really just do that video.
When your client comes for a full set for a fill, how do you do a different set when you have glitter on nails?
You can just file it off. If you have glitter on your nails, you can just file it off. So you don't necessarily have to do a full set because they have glitter on their nails. You can just file it off and do a fill.
How do you clean your brushes after you're done applying the acrylic?
I get one of the same like small dapping dishes. I fill it up with brush cleaner. I have some Tammy Taylor brush cleaner, and I just sit my brush in it for like 10 minutes and let like any acrylic that's in my brush soak off, and then I just put my brush back up. And you want to make sure you do that after every client. Soak your brush and let everything come off of it, and then just put it up.
Have you tried the Valentino acrylic powder?
No, I've never used the Valentino. I've never used any of the Valentino products.
Do you do new people's nails or your regular clients?
Right now, I haven't been taking clients for a while because once my regulars rebook, my book is completely full, especially now that I'm in school. Like I said, I'm taking 24 hours a week of class. So by the time they book, like I am completely full. So I'm only taking my regular clients.
How many hours are you taking next semester?
Same.
I'm doing 19, and I thought I was going to die with that
Girl, no,
19.
I go to
I
class.
know, but if you have 24 hours, I'm
Uh-huh.
doing 19, and I feel like I was going to die.
Yes, I go to class Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30.
Like early, and I talked to my advisor, and I found out I had to take 19 hours. I cried. I
Mm-mm.
was like, I'm gonna have to.
But mine's not bad because I'm like with the high school kids,
Mhm.
so time go by really fast. And then since they have like a morning group come in and an afternoon group, like the first group come in like at 9, and they leave like at 11:20, and then we have from 11:20 to like 1 for lunch. So we just kind of like hang around and eat lunch, and then like I said, the other group come in at 1, so from 1 till like 3:20, and then I leave at 4:30. So it's not bad. Time go by really fast.
But I'm going for occupational therapy, so I have to have like labs and stuff like
Mm.
that.
No, see, like every day is basically the same thing for
Mhm.
me. Like the kids are either like I'm basically like I'm a student teacher, so
Yeah.
like I'm there with the other teacher, helping her do stuff, and like the kids they come into class and they're either like in the classroom or they're up in the lab. So lately they've been in the lab a lot, and they just work on their mannequin.
Do you get your nail ideas for your nails on the internet or make them up because they all are really creative?
Thank you. Most of my, or really all of my clients bring pictures of what they want. A lot of the time, they'll probably have like 10 pictures and choose one nail out of each picture.
I feel attacked again. I
So yeah, they all kind of just bring pictures of what they like. Or I have those clients that just be like, just do whatever you want. So then I'll do stuff that like I seen that I wanted to do or wanted to try, or if I have new products, that's when I try them out.
Does the whole glitter have to come off, or can you leave some?
Um, I mean, a lot of the time people don't really care, especially like if it's too deep into the nail. Like, say you applied the glitter before you even applied the acrylic, you will probably have to leave it if it's not coming all the way off. But other than that, I mean, I have some of my clients that don't care; they just get polish over it. But if your client is picky about it and wants it all the way off, then you would just have to take it all off.
If putting a chrome powder on your nails, does the nail polish have to be, I guess, the regular, or the gel polish?
To do chrome, it does have to be, or I've heard that you can do it with regular polish. I guess it would just have to be really, really dry before you even do that gel top coat on there. But I only do it with gel polish, because then I'll have to wait forever for the regular polish to dry. So I just do it on gel polish.
What was your promo code for Alpha brushes?
I believe it's Natalie, Natalie. But if it's not that, then you can go to my last video and it should be in the description. I just can't remember.
What tips do you have for someone doing their nails at home?
Practice. That's all. I mean, you just gotta practice a lot. Just keep watching videos and just keep practicing. It's not gonna be anything overnight. It's definitely gonna take a lot of practice. Okay, so I finished applying the acrylic, so now I'm going to put up my acrylic, and I'm gonna go in with a 100 nail files. So remember, when you're reshaping the nails, you're just basically redoing that shape, because she already has that coffin shape. Unless you wanted a new shape, then we would have to like change the whole shape. But she's keeping her shape. You are keeping your shape, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's keeping her shape, so we're just going to redefine that shape. Girl.
This is a good Can it? Other wrong person. Can is a side view of the nail to see how much you build up, because I never knew how thick the area should be.
Okay, here is a side view. Turn it over to the side. See, you want to make sure you have a good arch right here, because this is where your nails get the strength from. So you want to make sure that they have a good thickness right here, because if it was to break, that's where it's going to hold on to. This is your apex. So you want to make sure your nail isn't just flat or where it has a dip right here. You want to make sure that they have that good stress area.
When you do nails, do you wear a mask?
No, whenever I do nails, I don't wear a mask. I've tried it before, but I've had breathing problems before, and with that mask, I just cannot breathe. It gets really, really hot. Huh? Let me see that one.
Will you ever make your own brand of acrylic powder and liquids?
No, I don't think so. That's never really been part of my plan. Maybe in the future, but not right now. I mean, it's just a lot of brands out there, and they all kind of have the same colors. So it kind of would just be putting my name on something, but that's haven't been my plan.
Can you hear regular nail polish with a UV LED lamp?
No, if you put your regular polish under a UV LED light, it's not going to do anything to your polish. It's not going to dry it any faster. It's not going to do anything unless you put a top coat over it. But the only way you can do a top coat over regular polish is if the regular polish is 100% dry, because if not, it will like wrinkle up, or it's going to what will it do? It'll like wrinkle up, or it would crack. So you want to make sure that it's completely dry.
Someone said, this is my favorite color of day. I'm surprised you don't wear a mask, because I get nauseous from the dust and fumes.
I'm used to it. I mean, I could barely even smell it. So I'm going to go back in with my e-file, and I'm just going to file the nail. So I'm using my fine drill bit. And remember, when you're doing this, you want to make sure you focus on that cuticle area. I mean, as you can see, I don't have any like bumps or lumps on the nail. So that's when you work harder and not harder. That way you don't have a lot of filing to do. That's why I only focus on that cuticle area. And you want to make sure that it's sealed really, really good so you don't get any lifting.
You're such an inspiration. Love your nails. Thank you.
Thank you. So as you can see, I go around that cuticle area, but I still go over the whole nail when I do this. I'm still following the whole nail just to kind of even it out some. So, oh, oh. I don't know if that's going to reach out.
Yeah.
That's why I be getting mad sometimes. I just be like, shit. Uh-huh. So once again, I'm going in with a fine drill bit. I'm focusing on that cuticle area. You want to make sure you seal it really good. That way you don't get any lifting. And this is what people will have problems with when they start doing nails, especially if you're not using a drill. If you're just doing it with a hand file, you will get lifting if you're not doing it really good. Because even me, like today, if I was to do this with a hand file, I would still get lifting. I know there's people that can do a perfect set of nails with a regular hand file, but I'm not that person. So I always use a e-file. So as you can see where her cuticle area is, where that natural nail is, and where that acrylic is. And that's what I mean when I say that. So that way you know that the acrylic is not touching the skin, and you know that your nail won't lift.
Just saying hey from being love.
Hey. Uh,
Love your work, and I've learned a lot from your videos.
Thank you. Hey, is anybody going to the Orlando premiere show? I'm thinking about going, but I don't know. I know it's in June. And then is anybody going to the Skills USA national competition in Kentucky the last week of June? Because I'll be there. So if you'll be there, let me know. Oh,
Do you ever have problems with your clients?
no, I never have problems with my clients. Most of every like all my clients that I have, I've been doing their nails for a while. So a lot of them that I have, they've been coming to me since I first started doing nails. So we're all pretty close.
Someone said thinking of Orlando but don't want to go alone.
Yeah, that's my thing. I want to go, but I don't want to go by myself. Cause I looked up their floor plan, and at first I thought that it was gonna be just all hair, but they actually have a lot of nail companies that are gonna be there. So I was thinking about going.
Someone said, why would she have problems? She's so good. Any any tips on how to do your right hand with your left hand?
Your right hand with your left hand. It just takes practice. I mean, it's the same technique, same everything. It's just the matter of getting used to working with your left hand. I started doing nails on myself, so it got to the point where I can do my nails better than I can do somebody else's nails. That's just how much I practice on myself. So it's just gonna take some practice and patience and repetition.
How how long do you think it took to learn how to get your application smooth so you won't have to file much?
Honestly, I can't even give you a time frame. Like I said, it just takes practice, and if there's a method that you like doing and that works for you, you just stick to it, and it's just a matter of repetition, just doing it over and over and over again until you get that perfect foundation that you want. 7 plus. I don't use a camera, I use my phone.
Did you learn to go? Did you go to school to learn to do nails, or did you learn on your own?
Uh, Both. I am self-taught, but I also went to school, so I am licensed.
you going to school? Okay. Tell a story when you did your first client nails with acrylics.
The first time I did some acrylic nails was on my little sister. It was during the summer back in 2014, and we were outside because my mom didn't like the smell, so I set up a table outside. I was literally out there for like 4 hours. I used the, what is it, the Kiss, I think that's what it's called, the little Kiss nail kit. Um, and like I said, we were out there for 4 hours. She ended up falling asleep on the table. And as soon as she woke up, she said, "What is this?" And she literally just popped them off right then and there.
Now, is your screen green? Because someone said that there is frozen and their screen is green.
No, it's mine's good.
Someone said it's frozen. Someone said it's good.
I think it was loading a minute ago, but
Yeah, okay.
it's back on now.
Okay.
And then I had, whenever I first did my actual client, which was my best friend, I did her nails and I didn't have a drill. So we remember that what was it, Dollar General had like some little drills. And we went and we found one, and I think all it did, like, instead of going in circles, it kind of just moved like back and forth. And whenever we went, we didn't know like where they had them. So my friend was like, actually no, we didn't know if the nail drill came with like batteries, because it was just like, I don't know, it was just like one piece. You didn't plug it in or anything. You put batteries in it, but we didn't know if it came with batteries or not. And my friend was looking for an employee, and she went up to the guy and was like, "Do you know if this vibrator comes with batteries?" And he was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, do you know if this vibrator comes with batteries?" And to this day, we still laugh about that. But she was talking about the drill. But I guess she didn't know what it was called. She just knew that it vibrated. She was like, the freaking vibrator.
Why do my nail tips bend even though I added acrylic on it from the tip?
That means that you're still not adding enough acrylic to it. You need to make them thicker. Here, I'll show you how thick this one is. Hold on, let me get that out the way. See, that's how thick her is. I don't like, even mine, they're not too thick. Mine are so dirty. But if your nails are bending, that means they're way, way too thin.
And someone said, what was your rudest client?
My rudest client? I don't think I've ever had one. I don't have problems with people.
What did you struggle with the most when you first started, and how did you learn this from doing you own nails on the stage?
The hardest thing that I struggle with was preventing lifting. Like I said, it's always a struggle when you first start doing nails. You kind of have to just find what works for you. For me, I started like having to use a drill, and after I finally got my drill, that's when I kind of stopped having lifting. And also, it's not always you, because for the longest it came to the point where I was like, I'm not doing nails anymore. I can't prevent lifting. Everybody's nails are lifting and coming off, and I was like, so I'm not doing this no more. Like, it was just embarrassing, but really it ended up being the acrylic. Let me say that one. This is when I was using the OPI acrylic, and I really thought that it was me, but I guess it was the acrylic, because when I switched over to Mia Secret, like, I didn't have no lifting at all.
Where do you get your nail bling?
My nail what?
Your nail bling.
It's on my website, but I haven't stocked yet. I stocked it 2 weeks ago, and everything sold out the second day, so I'm still waiting on my orders to come in. So I'll post about it before I upload again.
Would you ever work at a salon?
I actually have quite a few people offering or asking me to work in their salon, but I think I don't want to get into a salon because of school. Like, there's no point in me getting into a salon and then I'm not going to be there 24 hours out of the week because I'll be at school. So it's just pointless to me, and that would be just wasting money. So I think I would just wait till I moved out of state to get into a shop, because I really wouldn't have no choice but to.
What are you using to wipe her
her nails. I used an alcohol wipe to wipe her nails off, and that's just to remove the dust. So now we're gonna do the polish. Can I see the picture again?
Yeah.
So
would you ever do pedicures?
No. I mean, I don't have a problem with feet. I do polish feet, but as far as pedicures, no. Okay, this is what she wants. It's inspired by Nails by Cookie. So let me see. Is this a good orange?
Do you have any, is that matted?
No, this one's not matte. It just looked like that.
Is it bright? Or
This is probably the brightest I have. So it's pretty bright.
Okay. Like something bright like that.
I mean, I have this one, but it's
Would you
not
do
a gel
classes?
polish. That's what I'm going to school for, so I can teach. This one's good?
Yeah.
Okay. And then a royal blue.
She said I saw that nail picture on Instagram earlier.
What picture?
I'm so glad I'm watching this because I'm going to school. I'm going to go to school for nails, and I didn't realize I don't have to do pedicures. I hate feet. I'll probably do some people, but I hate feet.
I mean, when you're in school, you'll have no choice but to do somebody's feet. But for me, I don't have the room to do them, so I just choose not to. But
Someone said, do you do 3D nails?
3D nails, I've tried, and I've been trying to practice, but not really. Let me see. So I'm gonna be using this Elite 99 gel polish. It's in the number 1903, and it's bright orange. And then I'm also gonna use this Sinful color in the color Most Sinful, and it's a really pretty royal blue.
Someone said, can I use water instead of alcohol?
To clean the nails, yes, you can just have your client just go wash their hands after you're done, but I just wipe them off. I'm also going to be using this olive green in the color Greedy Realism by Easy Flow. Let me see.
Have you ever done a celebrity's nails?
Yeah, my client that I'm doing right now. She is, who are you, Sarah?
Natalie. No.
All my clients are celebrities.
Someone said this is so helpful.
Thank you. This is a really pretty olive green.
I saw a picture that you did something.
Mm-hmm.
And someone took my nails that I was going to get.
Uh-huh.
And I don't, I like every picture that you post, but I didn't like that one.
Because they got it?
Yes. But it was cute.
So I'm going to go in with my, what is this? It's a French brush by Alpha Brush. And this is just to clean around the cuticle area. I dip it in my little dapping dish with acetone and not wipe it off before I actually wipe around her skin. That way it's not just soaking when I put it on her skin.
Someone said there was an Etsy polish you used recently at the beginning of your tutorial. It was a milky pink. Do you know the exact name of that?
Etsy, I'll look for it in a second. I think the reason why I didn't put it in the video or the name, or why I didn't say the name, was because I couldn't say it.
Someone said, "Oh, that green is pretty, Sarah. She got you popping."
Oh, I think it's this one, but it doesn't have a name on it. That's why I didn't say it. But it's this milky pink.
Someone said, "Sorry, IDK, if my question went through." ...
What was the question?
Who do you watch on YouTube?
I honestly don't even have time to watch anything on YouTube. I barely even have time to upload, but I make time. Let me see the picture again. Like, what I have been watching lately is like makeup tutorials, because I want to like get more into makeup. I want to get more into makeup just because I do wear makeup every day, but I want like my weekend face to look different than my everyday face. So I want to get better at doing makeup. So I've been watching like what's her name? Daisy Marquez. I've been watching her a lot. And then I can't remember the other girls' names. But as far as like nail videos, I don't really just watch nail videos.
You don't be just when it comes to doing that. So, can you use regular polishes and and hold on, and top coat with a gel?
Yes, you can use a gel top coat on regular polish, but like I said, you have to make sure that it is completely dry. Like I'll be using this polish, which is a regular polish, but once again, you have to make sure that it is 100% dry.
Someone said, Natalie, please make a makeup channel. I would sub so fast.
I mean, I'm not where I want to be, so I don't know. I've been thinking about doing another channel, but it's just so much with school and doing nails and my website. Like, I barely have time for me. Like, by the time I finish doing nails today, like, I'm just going to take a shower, go to sleep, wake up, do nails.
Someone said, does your sister have a YouTube channel?
No, my sister don't have a YouTube channel. Let me see a picture again.
And someone said, Nelly, it was I think you did it. It was like a little Marilyn Monroe. How did you do that?
It's like a water decal. It's like a sticker. Let me see. So for this ring finger, I'm gonna go in with this Sinful color.
Someone said, Miss Sarah, if that is your name, I like how you put emotion in my comment. You're welcome, girl. Anything for y'all. Okay. Turn it back on. How long do your Mia secret products last?
I buy the big bottles, so
I don't have a password, so you can just click it.
I buy the big bottles, so honestly, I don't really just keep up with the time frame, but it do last me a while.
Can gel polish crack when it's too thick?
If your gel polish is too thick, most likely it's gonna like shrivel up when you put it in the light, or But as far as cracking, it might even crack. Yeah, it could crack, but for the most part, it can shrivel up when you put it in the light because it's just way too thick and it's not able to cure all the way through the nail.
I've been having issues with glue keeping the tips on after pedicure. I think said pedicure before applying my acrylic. Do you know why?
Having problems with what?
With the glue, keeping her tips on.
Maybe what kind of glue are you using? I use the KDS nail glue and it's really good. Most likely, I don't know, your glue, maybe your tips might be too small, so you want to take that into consideration, because if your nail tips are too small, that's why I say if one tip is too small, the other one's too big, always go with the bigger one, because even if you use a good glue, that nail is still want to like raise up because it's too small and you're forcing it to stick down, so most likely they will like lift up or come off or something. So make sure that the nails that you're applying aren't too small.
What type of stand do you hold your phone with?
I don't know what it's called. It's a tripod. I don't know what it's called, to be honest.
What's that green stuff that shows on your natural nail after you take acrylic off?
You would get that if your nail's left and you have a green spot on your nail. That basically means that water got trapped under your nail, and it's kind of like people call it mold, but it's just from that moisture that was trapped under your nail. So that's why you want to be careful with not filing really good around the cuticle area, because that's when that water gets under there and it leaves that green mark. It's really not bad, it's just bacteria, and when it hits the air it dies. So what you want to do when you have that is you can still apply a nail on there, because I do. You just want to make sure that you do a clear tip to where you can kind of like keep an eye on it, but it always just grows out. It's just going to be like a green stain, but it grows out after a while.
Someone said someone said the green stuff was fungus.
It's bacteria. I mean, people kind of have their own name to it, but it's really not bad.
Someone said, I'm watching from Costa Rica. Next month I'll start my classes. I'm so excited.
Good luck.
How did you create your watermarks on your Instagram now photo?
I don't have a watermark on my pictures. I just upload them. Or do I? No, I just upload them. I did before, but I took it off.
Someone said, what camera do you use?
I use my iPhone 7 Plus to record.
How can I get how can I get my gel nail polish matted like the Instagram pics?
You use a matte top coat. I use the Mia Secret. I'm not the Mia Secret. I use the Elite 99 matte top coat, which I also have on my website. But once again, my website is out of stock. So whenever I restock, I'll keep you guys updated.
Someone said, how do you get the acrylic so close to the cuticle without causing lifting?
Whenever you apply your acrylic, you want to make sure you work slowly around the cuticle area. Set it down really close to the cuticle area, as close as you can, and just kind of pat it down into place, and then always go back and clean around that cuticle area with your brush to make sure that you remove any of the acrylic that's touching the skin.
What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is getnailed32.
How do I get my nails from turning yellowish?
Most likely it could be either your acrylic. A lot of acrylics turn yellow, especially if they're like, I don't want to say cheap, but if they're cheap, they will turn yellow. They will turn colors. But I think a lot of acrylics, they say like non-yellowing. So I guess it's something common that happens in acrylics. But I know Mia Secret doesn't do that.
Someone said, what's your Instagram, Sarah?
What's your Instagram, Sarah?
I don't even remember. My question has been answered either. How long? My question has been answered either. How long till I can get acrylic again after damage to my nail bed from removal?
I mean, it all depends on you. Like, if you feel like, because a lot of the time if you damage your nails, as far as like snatching your nails off or something, I guess just wait until they don't hurt anymore. But I mean, I really can't say wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. It just depends on you. Yeah, if Sarah breaks a nail, she'll come get it fixed the next day. She don't care. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm using this little like nail art wheel to put polish on the back of it. Because I'm going to do like the little camo design.
Can I see your little sticker thingies? Like,
yeah, hold on.
What's the green color? What's the name of the green color?
It is by Easy Flow, and it's in the color Gritty Realism, and I got this from eBay.
When will we see your face on YouTube?
Whose face? Mine? Y'all see my face all the time. Like
Are these superheroes, Natalie?
That one look like it's Cardi B. I don't know.
It is, Natalie.
It is?
Yes.
And I have these.
like. How do you put them on? I like these.
It's like a sticker. You dip it into water and then like a little tattoo basically.
Oh, these are neat.
Yeah.
Melly, how did you get Cardi B?
I didn't know it was Cardi B.
It looks just like her.
Let me see. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one.
Is Sarah your favorite client? Of course I am.
So I'm using my little nail art brush and I'm just doing like the little camo effect.
Where did you get those stickers from?
I have them on my website.
Which is out of stock, you guys.
Which is out of stock.
Someone should show us the sticker that looks like Cardi B.
Hold on. Where did it go? Right here, this first one. Hold on.
Oh, someone.
This first one.
What color are your nails?
My nails there. Right now I have on, it's like the natural glow in the dark powder, and then the back of it is my Mia Secret Cover Pink. They look a mess right now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take them off sometime this weekend.
Is a disinfectant liquid the same as disinfectant wipes?
Yes, the only difference is one is a wipe, the other one's the liquid, and you have to actually mix it with water.
Can you do a video about nail filing near the cuticle, nail filing near the cuticle to prevent lifting?
I mean, I pretty much show that in every video that I do acrylic on.
Are you going to make the nails matted, Natalie?
Do you want them matte? No, she don't want them matte.
How do you get acrylic off the cuticle if it has dried?
The only thing you can do is file it off and try not to cut them, but you want to make sure that you try to prevent that when you're applying your acrylic, because a lot of the time it's just impossible, and 100% of the time they're gonna lift, because you can't always just get it all the way off, especially if it's on the skin.
When you lay your acrylic, how do you get it to where the Mia Secret powder isn't runny to where you can pat it down perfect?
You just want to make sure, like, whenever you dip your brush into the nail liquid, like, you dip your brush off and then wipe it off on the dapping dish. That way your nail isn't just, or your brush isn't just soaking with liquid, because that's how you get your acrylic really, really runny. But those are, I mean, that's just one of the other things that just take practice, getting used to, like, your liquid to powder ratio.
Where did you get the glow in the dark acrylic?
I made it. All I did was I bought the not the Mia Secret. I bought the what is it? Like glow in the dark powder, and I mixed it with my acrylic.
Natalie, what do you recommend to do when you have staining nail polish? Because I'm about to do my sister's perm nails, and it will be ready to go.
When you have what, stained?
Hold on, let's go find it.
You can put that one in. Oops.
Have you tried polygel?
No, I've never used the polygel. I've never had anybody ask me for it. I do want to try it out. Actually thought about it today because I had somebody post on my Facebook page, and she posted like the picture of her nails where she used the polygel. So I was thinking about maybe ordering some to try it out.
No, it was polygel.
Basically, it's kind of like gel, but it's supposed to be kind of like acrylic, but it's like a gel. But I don't know. I've never used it, but that's what it looked like a thick gel.
Do you recommend Elite 99?
Yeah, the polishes are really good. The only thing I don't like about them is they come like almost empty, but they're pretty cheap, so I just kind of don't mind. I just buy another one.
How do you go on vacation when you have clients?
Um,
How do you go on vacation when you have clients to fill in? I struggle with this as a nail tech. Please help.
I mean, the only thing you can do is have them scheduled after you come back. I mean, they have to be understanding. I mean, they'll understand.
Because me and Ellie are about to go on vacation. I'm tired.
Right. Because that was done. But I'm like, shoot, they get to go on vacation. Why I can't go? So just let them know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going to be gone this and this day. I'll be back this day. So that's when you can book.
Someone said, Sarah's such a good client. You got her reading all these questions. Would you do a nail room tour, collection, and storage video?
I mean, I feel like I don't have much, but soon maybe.
Why shouldn't acrylic touch the skin?
Because your nails would lift.
Because your nails would lift.
They will lift the next day or the same night, or they're just gonna come off. You don't want the acrylic touching the skin. Plus, it's not cute either.
Is it normal for my nail drills to have smoke coming from them?
No, ma'am. You need to get rid of your drill. Yes. Yes, I'm recording.
Can you please come to Los Angeles? No, I don't see her so much.
Can I come to Los Angeles? Actually, I'm thinking about going to LA in August, maybe, but it's on a vacation. I'm going in August, but it's gonna be a vacation, so vacation.
Sarah's being discreet with her Instagram. Great client, though.
Let me see. I thought I had more orange bling.
How much is your discount code for your alpha brushes? Thanks.
I think it's like 10%.
10%. Do you work from home? Where do you live?
Yes, I do work from home. And I'm from Arkansas. Boring old Arkansas.
Someone said, okay, thanks, Sarah and Natalie.
I'm trying to look for my rhinestones.
Can you do a video using cheap products? No, my
Sarah said not on her nails. I do want to try because like I said, my first set that I ever did, I used the Kiss products. So I want to use it again now that I know what I'm doing. But I haven't had time to go buy one. What the heck?
Are you restocking the website soon?
Yes, I am. I'm just waiting on my order.
What lamp do you use?
I use my Nideon. I think that's how you say it. My Nideon lamp, but they are out of stock. So what was I gonna say? So there's another one that I use, which is the Sun UV light, and I'll leave. I think well, if you just comment below after the video, I'll give you the link.
Someone said this set looks so amazing, Sarah. You're so lucky. Natalie is lucky to have me too, y'all. How much do acrylic cost?
I buy the big bottle. I think it's like $50 for the liquid and $50 for the powder, or probably a little bit more.
Someone said, about to do my sis nails. Thanks, Sarah and Natalie, for the tips. You're welcome. I think, Natalie, every time you do my nails, we have to go live.
Okay. This is my first time going live when I actually got a client. These things.
Hey, Natalie, can you please do a tutorial using safety drill?
I don't use the safety drill bits. I have one, but I don't use it. I feel like I can't get to that cuticle area like I want to. But it's the same thing as the other one. The only thing is you're just making sure you don't cut somebody.
Someone said before my fill, how long was my nails on?
Before what?
My fill, how long were my nails on?
2 weeks?
No, 3.
3 weeks? Oh, 3 weeks.
And they still look like that? I've been proud
Yeah,
of
they
myself
still look good.
Yeah. Like everybody be asking. I use kids' products and my nails turned yellowish about a month into it.
Well, oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I can't remember. I have to look at my bottle, but a lot of products, they actually say, like, on the bottle, like, none yellowing or something like that. But if you're a beginner, like, I know people try to, like, go cheap with their products, but Mia Secret is actually really cheap compared to other big companies. So I highly recommend Mia Secret, especially if you're a beginner, because, like I said, you don't want to just go, like, super, super cheap to where their nails are going to fall off the next day. You want to make sure you use something that, that's going to stay on really good. Let me see this one. Oh, that's it.
Someone said, what shade of Mia Secrets do you use?
I use the pink. I have a clear, and I have a cover pink. But the pink, the pink, which is the one I always use, that one is like a translucent pink. It almost looks clear. So a lot of the time I even use it when I'm like encapsulating nails, because it's so it's so like sheer, so clear that you can't even tell that it's pink. I'm just cleaning up a little bit because I'm about to do her top coat. So once again, for this set, I use my Mia Secret Pure White. I use my Sinful color my Sinful by Most, and the color Most Sinful. And I use my Easy Flow in the color Gritty Realism. And this orange by Lee 99 and the number 1903. I think that's what it says.
Someone said, how do you get your bling test?
I use my Mia Secret Gel Resin. And then I use, where is it? And then I spray this on it so it can dry faster. Because the Mia Secret Gel Resin, it's a little bit thick, so it takes it a little bit longer to dry. So that's why you have to use the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator. It just like dries the glue instantly. So now I'm going in with my Ibd Gel Topcoat. And remember, this was a oops. Oh my God. I just got dust on it. So you want to make sure, remember, whenever you use a regular polish with your gel top coat, you want to make sure that the polish is completely dry before you apply your top coat.
Someone said you and Sarah are so chill. Good vibes.
I usually have music playing, but I didn't want to get copyrighted.
I record.
Yeah, usually if we weren't recording, we'll be talking it up.
Yeah. Someone said, does acrylic called... Let me answer that one. What drill do you recommend for beginners?
Comment on the video. I'm gonna save this video, so comment on it afterwards and I'll leave you the link to it. But it's from eBay, and this is the same one that I used for a while. It's the same one that I started using when I started doing nails, but my last one started making a weird noise, but it lasted me 5 years. So I ordered a different one, and then it only lasted me like 2 weeks, and then I went back to the same one that I used when I first started doing nails, and it's working good.
Where can I get the rhinestones that you use? on
The rhinestones, they'll be on my website. Or are you talking about the big rhinestones for when I take pictures? Because that's from Hobby Lobby.
Have you changed prices since the older video?
No, my prices are still the same. My prices probably won't change until I move out of state somewhere.
No, you can move to Atlanta. Because that's where I think when I get my degree, I want to move to Atlanta. Natalie, when you save the video, can you save the comment?
I can't do that. I thought I could, but it won't save the comments. I always thought it did because I know Facebook does, but I don't think YouTube can do that.
Don't you get sick of the smell?
I'm used to it. I don't smell nothing right now.
Someone said, what part of Arkansas do you live in?
Ghetto. We're from the hood. We're in Little Rock. You know, every time we go out, we kind of got to duck, make sure we don't get shot. No, we're from Little Rock.
Someone said that, girl, your clients, you know your clients won't let you move.
Yeah, yeah. The drill that I use, it's on eBay. I just gave somebody else the link today.
Oh, and Nelly, it was a comment about me and you, of course.
Oh. I actually do Sarah's nails, her mom, and her two sisters. Who, your mom came when, yesterday?
Yeah, she came yesterday.
Was it yesterday? Yeah, her mom came yesterday. She came today. Her sister comes right after her, and then Bree comes when? Friday, I think? No, it's next Friday.
Yeah.
Bree comes next Friday.
Yeah.
Will go without nails. If they can't, if they forget to book, they'll just not wear nails until they can get back with me. So, okay, so this is the final look. They turned out really, really pretty. Those colors look pretty together. Those colors look, that purple, I mean not purple, but blue and orange look real good together. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we are done. And there's Sarah. So, bye-bye. And I am going to save this video, so I'll see you guys in my next video. How do I stop this? I don't know how to, I just turned it over on me. Okay, there you go.